So people, now I'll be very honest, I'll be very frank. On my uh, on my video on why we should normalize fat shaming men, many of you guys have stated that I get a job, or I cannot teach, or I'm not qualified as a teacher. I fully understand. I am not a teacher even. I am not even a graduated student. Leave alone a teacher. I'm not even a graduated student. I fully understand. I kind of resonate with you. I truly resonate with what you want to say. I truly understand it, and I'm lucky that I have, like, this is like the one of the most humbling moments of my time. I'll be honest, because 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, I don't know what will happen to me. Will I be a renowned teacher? Oh, I really hope I end up a renowned teacher, a renowned professor, a famous professor where not only I know one course, but I know 4 courses. I want to change how this education thing is mastered or stuff like that, because I know that people say that you're not on Dean's list. Now, first of all, I am not on Dean's list. Sadly, I am not in Dean's list. I fully understand it. I am not in Dean's list. I'll say it again and again. I am not in Dean's list. You can take the shame if you want, but I'll also say one thing. Just because you're not in Dean's list doesn't mean anyone should stop you from teaching. There are guys, because I'll tell you why I teach, and because none of you have criticized how I teach, but had the audacity to criticize me based on my status. Who gives a shit about your status? No one cares about your status. Because when you are in a stage, no one cares what you got. Everyone will care what you can do. And I can do is teach. I'll do anything in my power to make sure I teach. This has been probably one of the most humbling. I don't know if I will take it, but I personally have seen students who do not understand to a point where they will give up. They will entirely give up. The system has came to a point where if you don't understand, you don't understand at all. If you don't understand, like, fuck off. Like, I'm not going to teach you again. You didn't understand, not my problem. But a student has different ways of learning, and I have seen it firsthand. I have seen it explicitly firsthand, because I have seen people who enjoy learning, and I truly appreciate, I truly am grateful that I have people with me who enjoys learning. But I've seen the other side of the world where people don't enjoy learning to a point where they feel depressed the minute they enter the classroom or whatever. I've seen it time and time again. To the guys who, comment those, you can teach a course but you're not going to teach it, I'm pretty sure, I know you will say that you didn't work hard enough, you didn't do anything, you didn't do stuff like that, but I don't think that's true, because they have an entirely different reason as to why they couldn't teach. Nothing will stop me from teaching. I'll say it again and again. Nothing will stop me from teaching. I will continue to teach. I'll continue to upload. I'll continue to ensure my name is known when it comes to teaching. Because name one 21-year-old who's able to teach so nicely, so easily. Because none of you criticize the way I teach. Because none of you have seen the course. So if you haven't seen the course, how will you know how I teach? I want you guys to criticize me based on how I teach, not based on my status, because no one cares about what you got. Because these are the guys that I kind of know. Probably I know them or I don't know them, but they are from where I live. But if you check around the world, people from Europe, they have a different vision. Because I also posted on Rumble. Not only YouTube, but Rumble. And none of you know my Rumble account. And I have seen people who sees these lectures and they have a different opinion. They have a complete different opinion. So in a way, I'm kind of sad, but in a way I'm also happy, because it's only the guys who are from this exact same university that I study in are able to criticize how I teach and stuff. Anyways, so these are the only guys who are going to teach. Like, these are the only guys who are going to criticize you. And to the guy who commented, please, I want you to watch this video, it's specifically for you. Nothing is going to stop me from start teaching, because I have been where everyone was. I'm not talking about the guys who understand. If you understand, if you're in teams for this, good for you, extremely good for you. I am truly, truly, truly happy for you. But there are guys out there. The only reason I rant and act rash and all this stuff is because I don't want them to be where I was. I was at the most hollow point of my life. I'll be honest, 2025 winter has been the worst. I'll highlight it. 2025 winter semester was the worst, and I have seen it firsthand. I have seen where I went wrong, and I don't want these guys to go through the same mistake I went. I don't care how much I charge. I can do it for free. I don't care. I've done it for free. You guys never watched it. Here, I'm not here to criticize you. I'm here to not criticize any single one of you. You have your own problems. You have your own stories. You have your own issues and stuff. But I don't want you guys to be in a position where I was, because I know what it's like to be in that position. I've seen it. I have seen firsthand. These courses like physics and math, they're meant to be easy, but I want to ensure that it makes it fun, because I'm not going to teach only the students I see. I'm also going to teach the younger generations. Imagine a 9-year-old or an 8-year-old comes to you for these lessons, and how are you going to teach them? Because if you're on Dean's list, doesn't mean you're going to teach well. Just because you made it to the Dean's list with such high grades, if you cannot teach an 8-year-old, there is no way you will understand. Because I understood the chapter, and this is why I'm able to teach. Because I can take an entire students full of 8-year-olds, 7-year-olds who wants to learn, and I can teach them to a point where they will actually enjoy. I have promised myself to actually teach to a point where not only undergrads or graduate students or PhDs will understand, but as low as middle school can understand, high school, kindergarten, they can understand what I teach. Because if I cannot teach the guys who are younger than me, there is no way I can teach the guys who are elder than me. There is no way I stand a chance. I need to stand my own ground. Because even if you're in Dean's list, who cares? Congratulations, you're on Dean's list. I'm not saying it's bad, it's amazing. It's amazing that you're on Dean's list. But just because you're on Dean's list, if you cannot teach an 8-year-old, that doesn't mean success. Because an 8-year-old, if you can teach an 8-year-old, you will be remembered well. And I'm telling this, I don't know what will happen to me 10 years from now. I'll probably be a renowned professor, or I'll just be the same guy I am 10 years from before, like as of right now, but I'll do my very best to ensure that I teach every single day, be consistent, go through the darkest of time to see the light, because none of you have actually criticized how I teach. I just want one person to criticize me how I teach. None of you, every one of you have said, fix your nose, you're black, you don't shower, you don't clear your skin, you look ugly. I have heard every single one of them, but no one has said you don't teach well. You don't teach well. You need to explain how you teach and stuff like that. I was open to explain it to you guys. None of you have explained it. None of you came up to me and said, I didn't understand this. Could you explain me this? I didn't understand that. Could you explain me that? None of you said that. Every one of you criticized based on how I look, not based on how I teach. This won't stop me from teaching. Keep that in mind, this will not stop me from teaching. I will continue to teach and teach and teach, even if it means I'm not qualified. I don't have a qualification, so do most students who want to teach. They don't have a qualification. How would they? But doesn't mean they will not be able to teach. The fact that you criticize means my platform has reached, and I will continue to embrace, not to you guys, but around the world. Because I've posted on Rumble, and none of you know my Rumble account. None of you know my Rumble account, right? None of you know my Rumble account. So there is no way you guys actually criticize, because there was no criticism there. There was no criticism there. Even if it's like 2 views or 3 views or whatever, that's fine. But at least I don't get criticisms, and people actually enjoy it. And they're not from where you reside. They're from a different country. They're from Europe. They're from Asia. They're from North America too, but from a different province. Not from here. None of them were from here. Zero were from here. So I see one thing, that there's a huge ego, you guys. I am not useless, once again I'm stating that, but doesn't mean I cannot teach. I have been in stages where I have to teach in front of everyone. I have been there and I have seen that majority of them, because there were PhD students who I taught, none of them seem to kind of understand what's going on, and I hate it. Personally, I hate that. This is a university not for it to separate between the dumb students and the smart students. If you're smart, that's great for you. You could have taught others. You could have taught others, didn't you? You have everything that I don't have. You have Dean's list. I don't have Dean's list. Doesn't mean you cannot teach. You can teach, yeah, go ahead, teach as much as you can. Why are you stopping yourself from teaching? No one should stop themselves from believing what they want to actually achieve. Nothing should stop them from achieving their success, even if it means doing it for free. I'll do it again and again and again. I'll post it on multiple streams. I have a membership page. All you can do is just pay, understand what's going on, because I teach thoroughly. None of you criticize how I teach. All you criticize that I don't have my own home, even though I can't own my own home. I cannot do that. I don't shower. I shower like 4 times a day. I don't take care of my health. I go to gym every day and I work. I don't have a job. Get a job. I have 2 jobs. I'm fat. I'm not fat because I know that I run with a 18 pound dumbbell. So I have a 10 pound and an 8 pound, and I run with an 18 pound dumbbell, and I still am able to reach home. It's a 6 kilometers, 7 kilometers distance, and I'm able to run within 1 hour. Keep that in mind. That's after work. My work is already strenuous, and on top of that I run. So please, if you want to criticize, that's completely up to you. That is completely up to you guys. But that does not mean it should stop me from teaching. If you want to criticize about how I look, there is not something I can control. I look ugly, that is fine by you guys. I cannot control what I cannot change. If I look ugly, be it. Doesn't mean that I cannot teach. I'm not a dean's list. Doesn't mean I cannot teach. I am short. Doesn't mean I cannot be in relationships. I am brown skinned. Doesn't mean I cannot, explore or embrace my own self. It's not that I can do that, because none of you talk. Because there are guys who are on Dean's list for their own program. They can't teach their own program. I haven't seen anyone who taught their own program, but they are on Dean's list. The only thing you see their name on Google is they are on Dean's list. I'm pretty sure I'm not on Dean's list. I know that I'm not on Dean's list. However, it doesn't mean I cannot teach. I have every reason to win. I will win. I will continue to teach. And this is not to the local guys. I don't care about local guys. If you want to learn, you can learn. You can feel free to criticize. I'm not going to reply to any single one of you, because I know they're not. People not only here watch, people around the world watch. I have already gained attraction around the world because I have Rumble with me. And I have seen people who watch, even if it means 3 views. Those 3 views actually enjoy learning it, because I see that they watch the entire thing. I can see it. I can literally see that I watch the entire thing. What's this? See, I know that people actually like my post. Even on TikTok, I post. Just now I got a notification. People actually like my post. You must understand this. I'm not in a stage where I'll stop teaching. Please break that ego. Understand, you have to break your ego. You are a man. Understand, you are a man. You should not have ego for little things. You should have ego for things that are far greater. Who cares? Who cares if I'm on Dean's list or not? The fact that I am not in Dean's list questioned you, which means I won. I won in every aspect. How the fuck can I teach? Your question is, how can I teach? And yet I am teaching. Did it stop me from teaching? No. Did it stop me from being a different ethnicity? No. Did it stop me from embracing who I am? No. I want to build my own brand, and I'll make sure 10 years from now I am going to win. I am going to win. This could be my most humbling point, and I fucking know that I will win. You can comment all you guys want. You can comment all you want. I don't give a fuck. and I want you guys to watch the entire thing. Nothing will stop me from teaching. Nothing will stop me from teaching. I want to see myself 10 years from 5 years from now. 5 years from now, I know for a fact that I am going to come back to the same platform and teach where millions of you will watch. Millions of you. And I'm not in Dean's list. I don't know if I will be on Dean's list. I don't know if I'll have a scholarship, but I don't give a fuck about that. All I care about is I will teach. I will continue to teach and teach and teach and teach to a point where everyone of you, everyone, whether you're a physics major or not, will have access to what I teach. Every one of you must learn what I teach. One day there will be a point, because there is so much that students could learn. Education should not be about ego. You're on Dean's list, that is good for you. There are guys who suffer. I want to be amongst I want to be top, like the face of these guys who suffered. Not because doesn't mean you didn't suffer, but could you teach? You didn't teach, because I had my own experience teaching. I've taught an entire class. I've taught students who are from graduate, PhD, undergrad. I've taught them again and again. They understood. These guys understood and enjoyed. My goal, I've said it to everyone, my goal is to teach 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 13-year-olds, because they should know, I don't want them to hide from these things. And this does not only come down to younger generations like them, but the older generations, like 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, they are homeless guys who could learn. I want everyone to have access to it, even if it means I will suffer, even if it means I have to suffer. 5 years, 6 years, 7 years from now, I know I'll come to. I know for a fact. I've already seen it. All I have to do is put in the work, put in the effort. I will not stress about it. I don't want you guys to stress about it. All you have to do is learn, and learn. Alright, if you guys want to comment, you can comment that, oh yeah, you cannot teach, oh you're not qualified. I want to break that stigma that if you're not qualified, you cannot teach. I want to break that fucking stigma. That stigma is so annoying that people cannot actually achieve what they want to actually achieve because of you guys. I do not want you guys to come up and say that, oh, you cannot teach, you cannot teach. I don't care. Say whatever you want. I will continue to teach and teach and teach. If you want to comment, you can comment. But like I said, there are guys on Rumble, there are guys on TikTok where I do upload my lectures in short forms and in full lectures, and everyone seems to enjoy it. So, thank you.